Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Today I have been making labels, and we all need labels at some point, and yes, I have bought some in the past, and I bought them at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and AC Moore when they were up. Online, Pam at the Paper Outpost has some beautiful labels and T-cards as digitals. Roxy Creations, she has a whole section of labels. Gorgeous. But what if, some of us don't have a printer. Some of us, I know when I had my old printer, just to print out a few things, the cost of the cartridges are horrendous. And then newbies, the new ones in our groups, they may not, know of these places, or, a lot of us, why buy it when you can make it? So just out of a regular index card, which I know I have one right here somewhere, looks a little something like this. We all know what index cards look like. I made two sizes. I made a little short one, and I did not ink all of these because I may want a different color or whatever to it, and I made some larger. I like going with them that are about an inch wide, so I made these so far, and all I did was, the shape is simply my crocodile. I have the 1/2 inch on opposing corners, and then I have the scallop on opposing corners. I think just a little interest there. You can do it all the way around with just the 1/2 inch, or you don't have to put any, you don't have to do the corners at all. Now, there are times I do need larger labels, and I pulled all of this out of my scrap pile. Now, this does have the tag on it from the paper line, whatever. I'm just going to chop that off. So, and here you go. This would make a perfect label. It does have lines this way, but something simple. You can cut out your word or phrase to go on top. So there's a basic one. And I've got several of these types of pieces of papers. That was one that was the bingo cards. I love those. And if you don't like one side, if it's double-sided, you can use the other side. So here, just nice and simple, easy to do. All I'm doing is chopping off the ends. And I think I had one more there. Okay. Now, we end up with pieces of paper like this in our scrap all the time. So this one had been started cutting that way. So I'm just going to continue it. Try and cut that straight. So here goes one that I can use as a label. And then this one is a little bit longer. No problem. Come in here, cut it in half. There we go. There goes another piece. And I'm going to trim that down. That one side is not, I know I usually save strips, but I still have a ton of strips left. So there goes another one. We have other pieces that, if you have a piece that's torn, big deal. That would still make a nice label. Book pages. Yes, book pages you can make into labels. You can even come in here with one of the other ones and back it with book paper to make a label. Okay, let's do that right quick. I'm going to see how this one was cut this way. I'm going to set that aside. And this going to be, that would work. I'm going to come in here and all I'm going to do is ink around the edge here because I want this to stand out. I don't want it to hide back in the background. And then put that down before I end up cutting my fingers on it. A little bit of glue. And then right like that. Now, because the other edges, well, that one's cut kind of wonky, so we'll go ahead and cut it. And there we go. I can paste a word on here and have a nice little label to work with. Not everything needs to be store-bought. Sometimes we just need to see what we have that we can create what we need with. So there goes one. There is a story behind this one. This little piece here. Now I can put a word here, I can use it here, and these came, and you know me, I will try to reuse everything, from an envelope. A very dear friend of mine, crafty sister, wonderful lady, Sherry Liberto, sent me a wonderful little Happy Mail. And she made the envelope herself. I took her thing off of there. And yes, there's glue marks, you know, where it's stuck together, but that doesn't matter. Watch what you can get out of this. I mean, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut on the fold lines because, you know, we can't really use the fold lines. Well, we probably could, but I'm going to trim this here, come down this side, and I will try my best to use everything I have. I hate throwing things away. All right, that one, yeah, that's where I cut the thing open. Or was that where? Anyway. Now you're thinking, you know, what? You're not going to be able to get much out of that. You will be surprised out of a simple envelope. All right, let me move these over, move those over, get everything out of my way here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I mean, this is beautiful paper. Beautiful cardstock. It's got the little gold apples on them, which I think are adorable. Get that off. Now I still have part there where it was folded, and I do like mine to be about 1 inch wide, so I'm just going to hold that there, cut it down, and voila, I've got the makings of a label. And I can do the same thing over here on this side. In fact, I may be able to get a little bit larger one. Go this way. Here. Trim off the edge, right at the edge where it was folded. And this one's a little bit larger than 1 inch. But look at that. Now this, the ones inside, that had a backing on it. It was like 2 pieces that were glued together. This is plain. But look at those cute little apples. And 2 of those out of just that part. Of course, you know, it's got the label. So I'm done with that part. But what, I mean, there are still, and you think, well, you can't get anything out of that. Watch me. I'm going to trim off the corners. If I can get it under there. Trim off that side, trim off that side. Now I see where the glue's at, so I'm going to come right below the glue, and then, where's my 1 inch? Right there. There's an inch. There's one. I can come down here with another inch. Just out of that, I've got 2. So there goes those 2. And I can keep going because as you can see, I've got a lot. I can do journaling. I can do tucks. I can do tags with the rest of this. It doesn't always have to be labels. This would make a great little tuck spot. You see how? But just using what you have. Well, there's still a little bit of white on it, but I can come in and put something right underneath, right at the across that. Oh, they go this way. But see, there's a tuck spot. So look at what you have before you go throwing stuff away and see what can I do with that. You know, I've still got enough here that I can do a few more. I can do a long tag with this instead of a label, but that would make an awesome looking label. Now, if you wanted to do something with the corners, and see that was the perfect size right there. So if you wanted to do something with the corners, this is my crocodile. I've got a 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch. I labeled them because it's hard to see them. And you can just come in here and round your corners. Oh, that was a bad job. So that you have 4 round corners. Or you could just do opposing corners like that. You know, it's whatever you like. You know, whatever floats your boat. Go for it. As you're only limited by your imagination. And believe me, the ladies that I know that are crafters, they will sit there and say, oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. But they do beautiful work. So don't let anybody discourage you. Look at what you have. See what you can make out of it. Now here, so far, there's 3 ready to go. That's a corner tuck. There's another label. So I end up with quite a few labels that I can use in different things. Just that easy. Now let's say you've got one that, yeah, it's a little plain. Or you want to take, all right, let's do this one. I'm going to trim this down, not a little more than an inch. That's an inch. This is more than an inch. And you want something different as far as a label. Remember our strips? Get them out. We can come in and make a frame around our label with our strips. You've seen me do this before, I think. Let's try some that will actually show up. Where's my glue? So we're not limited in what we can buy or what we can, you know, whether it's a physical label or if it's a digital we download, print and cut. We're not, you know, we're not stuck with just using those. We have the best tool at our beck and call, and that's our imagination. Let me do it this way, because it seems to, I don't want to get more ink on there than what I need, because the strips are longer than my paper. I know, I should have filled my glue. My fault. And then put that one right along the edge there. I want it to stick down a little bit. And the sides don't have to be even. Let's see, what have we got here that's different? Ooh, we'll use part of this one. fact, I use both sides of these. I know, I should refill my glue bottle. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to get me another glue bottle. Because I think this one has a hole in it. Of course, I've been using this glue bottle since 2015. So it is quite old. Put that there. And then we can put the other one down here. Just like that, we have a framed label. So, try them out. See how many labels you can make out of your, I don't want to say stash, but out of your scraps. And see what you can add to your stash. And before you know it, you'll have enough labels to last you for a nice long while. So if you like what I shared with you today, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time we're up and running in the Dragon's Den. So until next time, bye guys!